Hey, an impromptu Instagram live is happening. Wanted to come on. I've had a good few of my followers on Snapchat asking me to chat to you about skin needling. So I had a few minutes before my next client comes in, and I said I would do it on Instagram live because you don't have to be pressing the button and everything. So I'm excited to do this here in the salon because I think I've got both instruments in my hand and I can explain exactly the difference to you about home rolling, which I think is easily confused. I hope not by me, but certainly I think by other people using it at home. They kind of give the impression that home rolling is for scarring and home rolling is for plumping out lips and plumping out the skin. And in theory, that's not the case. And that's something that I really feel is very, very important for me to get across to you. So these are our two different instruments, packaged very, very similar. And when I take them out, you'll see that they even look very, very similar. So the difference between the two is the depths of the needles. Now, I don't know how much that is going to, yeah, I think you can see it there. So this being the instrument we use for skin needling, our CST, as I like to call it, Collagen Stimulation treatment. As you can see, the little needle heads on this are way deeper than what's used in the home roller. They're microscopic, you can hardly even see them. I described it home roller instrument. It just feels like a toothbrush running over your skin. You can hardly feel it. It's really, really minute. And the job of the home roller is to enhance penetration of your products at home. It's not for scarring, it's not for anti-aging, it's not for plumping out the skin. It's merely just to enhance penetration of what you are going to apply afterwards. So if the products you're going to apply after using this are for plumping, for stimulating collagen, for healthy skin, for scarring, well then yes, in theory the instrument is helping you get those results, but it alone is not achieving results. And I think that's important for people who are going online and purchasing this item. And I don't know if you're using anything afterwards, or if what you're using afterwards is not designed for that, you won't get those results. So I don't want you buying into that. But that is not really why I came on today. I came on today to explain to you why we needle the skin, why we incur a bleed in the skin, and what is the point of that. So skin needling is also called CST, Collagen Stimulation treatment. There's various different names. It is a treatment that was founded by Dr. Des Fernandez, the same doctor who founded Environ skincare, and it is absolute genius in my opinion. What I love about it is it's so natural. Now you may think causing a cut on the skin is not natural, but the skin is designed naturally to heal from a cut, and that's actually what we're doing. We're just the catalyst, if you wish, that's going to try and trigger that response, because that response is exceptionally anti-aging. So what we do is we bring you into the sauna. First of all, we insist on you using topical vitamin A Environ skincare for 12 weeks. We won't proceed with the treatment unless you're using Environ 12 weeks beforehand. And the reason for that, and it makes so much sense, is because if your skin is as healthy as possible, and we believe that unless you're using topical vitamin A, it is not at its potential healthiest. So, but if your skin is at its healthiest possible, it's going to respond in the best way. So you're going to get the best out of skin needling or collagen stimulation treatment by having the healthiest skin going into it in the first place. I know this to be true because I have worked with clients who've had various skin needling treatments before using Environ skincare with next to no results. Then we have put them on Environ skincare, started a skincare program, waited to 12 weeks, got their skin in really, really good condition, and proceeded with various amounts of skin needling, anywhere from 3 to 6 treatments, and the results were incredible. And that's not me saying it, that's my clients coming back to me with that feedback. So we like you to be using topical vitamin A for at least 12 weeks before coming in. So you come into the clinic and we will clean the skin, we will sterilize the skin, and then we will apply a topical anesthetic. So we like it to be patch tested beforehand for this topical anesthetic because it has occurred where people have been allergic to it. The idea of this, of course, is to make the whole procedure as comfortable as possible. It's designed to just numb sensory nerve endings. So that takes about a half an hour for the anesthetic to kick in, and then we go ahead with the actual rolling. So the rolling takes anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes. It just depends. Some clients just like you to go in and get it done really, really quickly, get it over as quick as possible. So what happens is we commence rolling. I always start on the forehead because me personally, I find that to be the most uncomfortable area. I think it's lack of fat and adipose tissue in that area. And also the nose and the lip area is quite uncomfortable too. So go ahead with a bleed doesn't occur, if the bleed doesn't occur, I haven't done my job properly and the treatment is null and void. It will not work. We need, within that bleed is the growth factors are released, and also that, if you wish, sends a message to the brain that a cut has occurred and the brain needs to release or to get collagen to the area to heal the cut. Now the cut that does occur is so minute. I just wipe it over with a sterilised gauze, and you as the client never even see blood. You don't ever see, when you sit up, you're just nice and rosy pink like you've had a run. But I need to see that bleed in order for me to know that the treatment is going to be successful. So I go ahead, work on various different areas, and obviously on consultation I will establish what exactly is my client's goals from this treatment. If it's scar tissue, then obviously I'm going to work on aggressively enough on areas of scarring. If it's pigmentation, I'm going to work on that. If it's just general well-being, which we get amazing results just for general anti-aging. So depending on what it is, that will depend how much treatment we do, if you wish, and in what particular area I'm going to focus on. So then we will go ahead and apply afterwards we will apply maybe one of our Lacpan peels, and the idea of that is just to drop the pH balance of the skin. It really helps with the healing afterwards. It also releases extra growth factors, but it drops the pH balance of the skin so bacteria can't grow afterwards, so we don't want any kind of post-treatment infection. We will go ahead and then apply some collagen stimulating serum, and we apply the alginate mask, which is that, as my client called yesterday, the anxiety mask, that really heavy cold mask that a lot of you will be familiar with from having various Environ facials. And that's really, really good because that basically acts like a magnet and extracts nearly all the heat from the skin. So I think that speeds up healing by days. When I originally trained in skin needling, we didn't use that afterwards, and it's an absolute game changer afterwards. As a result, I think of using that mask, my clients can go back to work no problem the next day. So that's really it. What aftercare, you'd avoid all heat, obviously, avoid exercise 24 hours. I chat a lot. My clients tend to want to touch their skin, and I know from having this treatment done, I even am inclined to touch my skin. I recommend that my clients don't do that because, of course, you're going to bring potential bacteria to the area. Avoid exercise, avoid any heat, avoid any sun. Just off for 24 hours. You can go to work the next day. You can apply mineral makeup. Clients ask me, is it uncomfortable? I always ask my client when they're on the couch, between 1 to 10, 10 being ridiculously uncomfortable, where are we at? They say anywhere from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We rarely get an 8. Normally just if you're going over the lip area, would they say an 8. So it is actually quite comfortable to have done, and I would second that. What I don't like about it is the next day and the next day. Your skin, you're just out of sorts. Your skin feels tight, a little bit dry, a little bit irritated. I describe it to my clients, I suffer from cold sores, and when I feel a cold sore coming on, I'm just not in the best form. And that's exactly how I feel after having skin needling done. I would say to my clients, just park a day or two after having it done, just to be not the best. And that's all. But the thing is, we would always recommend 3 treatments. If it's just general anti-aging and well-being, we'd recommend 3 treatments. What we do like is to leave 7 days apart, so you're just getting, your skin is starting to glow again, starting to come back even better than it ever was, and next thing you're in for your next treatment. So it is 3 weeks of a little bit of upset, but I do believe the results are well worth it. So that brings me on to how often you'd have it done. Again, this goes back to consultation. It goes back to what your goals are. For me personally, I have it done once a year. And I have 3 sessions, and I leave 7 days apart, and that's just for general anti-aging, skin health, push my skincare results along. I adore this treatment. I think if you are really passionate about skin and want to have the best and the healthiest skin for you, skin needling is where you're going. Nearly all my clients are progressing towards skin needling, because if you come to me and you ask me to give you the very best skin you can have, that's the direction we're going to go in. Obviously all my problematic skins are going directly there for scar treatment. It is the best. If you want to treat scarring, you need to be stimulating collagen, because you need to be plumping out, because there's most likely going to be tissue loss if there's scarring there, and the only way we can diminish that is by plumping out. So you have to just always steer a client's skincare regime and their skincare programs towards collagen stimulation. So this is obviously the queen of collagen stimulation. So for scarring, I've done up to 6 sessions and given a break maybe of 3 to 4 months, 6 months maybe, and I've had clients ask could they go ahead and have another 6 sessions. This treatment really, not only is it great just for giving the skin back that glow, another thing that it's actually brilliant for is pigmentation. So, and it's usually on the first session that most of the pigmentation goes. What will happen is you'll find over the next day or two after having it done that the pigmentation starts to go like fake tan. It goes really, really dark and starts to look really patchy. And then next thing you'll see it just leave the skin over 3-4 days. It goes like nearly like a mask and then just lifts off. So if pigmentation is a problem, which of course we're now coming into September, so everybody's probably overexposed their skin to the sun throughout the last few weeks. So that's going to be an issue for a lot of people. And of course, this is the perfect time to needle your skin. I love to commence needling in September, October, because the sun is my enemy, and we're not going to really see it again until next April. So this is a fantastic time to needle your skin if that's what you're kind of thinking where you're at. Anything else with regards to... Definitely the time of year, this is brilliant. So just to make sure that you're using Environ skincare 12 weeks beforehand. That's only necessary if you go to an Environ stockist or come to Monica Tolan's. It's not necessary everywhere, but I do believe that we get the best results. I do believe, obviously it makes sense, if you're going to invest this kind of money, actually I'll bring it next to the cost, you want to go into it being as healthy as possible. Because remember, the whole thing with skin needling is not the actual procedure, but how you respond to it. It's your healing. That's what determines your results, how good your healing is. So it makes so much sense that if you're healthy, at your healthiest going into it, you're going to respond best to it. Oh yeah, that brings me to one of my favorite things. That's when I was talking about the sun there. This is my absolute favorite thing about CST or skin needling. You are no more sun sensitive after having this procedure than you were before. There are so few treatments that are on this level that is the case. Chemical peels, you're more sun sensitive afterwards, to the point where you can't expose your skin to the sun at all. IPL, lasers, you're a lot more sun sensitive afterwards, again, where you must wear SPF. Now, I'm not saying that you don't have to wear SPF, of course you do. We like you to use SPF every day, but remember that the integrity of the skin is not being compromised by a skin needling. Your skin is it's not weakened, it's not more vulnerable, it's not more susceptible to sun damage. So again, that's really what I worked around all the time, is protecting the integrity of skin, enhancing the integrity of the skin, and making the skin the strongest and the most resilient skin possible. That's where my goal always is with my clients. So I believe I deliver on that with skin needling. I love the fact that it's harvesting your own collagen farms. We're not injecting anything that came from a cow's bum or something into the skin. This is literally harvesting your own collagen farms. So it's so natural in that respect. One other thing that I will say to you, and clients say to me, okay, we're going towards skin needling, Karina, is there anything you recommend I do? Absolutely. In order for you to have really, really good collagen farms, you must be either take in a lot of vitamin C or supplement your diet with vitamin C. So vitamin C is so important for the manifestation of collagen from within. So I would usually get my clients to start taking the Advanced Nutrition Program Skin Vitamin C and also collagen support, just to start getting those collagen farms working, so that when I come along with my instrument and I trigger the onslaught of collagen, it's there and it's ready to come. Collagen continues to be laid down for 1 year post-treatment, which is why I generally would do 3 and then leave it for a year and then come back to it. Oh, okay. Well, okay. I like my clients to, it's ideal. Obviously, people's lifestyle and everything is going to influence this. But the reason why I leave 7 days in between skin needling is growth factors peak on day 7 and then they start to slow down again. So if I can do a needling treatment every 7 days, I'm getting those growth factors to keep working at that premium level, if you wish. So that's why I recommend 7 days in between. And I've got fantastic results with that. If I'm having it done, I try to keep 7 days in between. But again, lifestyle, work, commitments, all that come into play. And it's not a case of, well, don't bother having it done then if you can't leave it 7 days. We of course will do it. And I've often done it where I've had to leave 3 weeks or 4 weeks in between. But the ideal situation is every 7 days because of those growth factors. So I think I've covered everything. So what we're doing is just going through the epidermis, just pricking the dermis, which is the active living area, causing that bleed, wiping away the bleed, and then that's what triggers, that's what the catalyst, what triggers all the collagen response. Incredible treatment, not just for anti-aging, but just generally for skin health. I do find that my clients, it nearly kickstarts, and I'm going to actually talk with one of the trainers from Environ about this response, but I find that skin needling nearly just kickstarts the skin to behave better. If the skin has got sluggish, it's got dry, it's just not operating like I should, I find 1 or 2 skin needling sessions and it's all back working perfectly again. So it's not even just to get rid of pigmentation or just for scarring or just for collagen stimulation, just general overall skin health. I often say as well, because anti-aging is obviously a big concern for a lot of people, and people ask me they want an anti-aging treatment. If you are looking to have anything anti-aging done, or to have an anti-aging response if you wish, you don't ever just do one thing. To have an anti-aging effect, you must do about 8 different things. So that's why I would often, when I'm speaking about Botox, I'd say how important it is to have healthy skin if you want to have Botox done, because otherwise it just looks like a frozen forehead. So this is what I love about skin needling or collagen stimulating treatment. It actually does about 8 different things. It works on pigmentation, which is, you'd be amazed when you clear the skin of pigmentation how youthful your skin becomes. It enhances, it stimulates collagen, so obviously you're going to have that plumping out as well. Really, really good for just general, that kind of glow, putting that glow back into the skin. Really, really good for enlarged pores, really good for tightening enlarged pores. Like I said, really good just for kickstarting. I find that congestion is never as bad after having needling done. It kind of just encourages the skin to behave properly. I think that's really it. I'm going to post on Instagram and also on my Snapchat some before and after treatments. I've got excellent before and after treatments from a client of mine that came to me originally with acne. We cleared the acne very, very quickly, which would be very normal, and then progress straight onto skin needling for scar treatment. Because what can happen with acne or problematic skin is when you clear it, suddenly scarring is more visible because there's no infection or inflammation. So obviously we need to now treat that. And then we went on, we did 6 needling sessions and the results are phenomenal. So I'll post them onto my Instagram stories. Any questions, you'll find me. Cost, I said I'd cover cost. So one treatment here at Monica Tones is €250. Very, very, very rare. I could count on less than 3 fingers how many times people have just had one, because I always say let's just book in for one and then you decide afterwards, but when they see the results they want more. 6 treatments is €600. If you go to monicatolan.com and go into advanced skin treatments, you can slide down to CST or skin needling and all the information is there. What I will say to you is, if you're obviously not within our vicinity or can't come to Monica Tolan's and you're interested in having this done, ask your salon, can you see their before and after photos? This treatment, you really, really need to know that you're working with the best, that these people are passionate about skin, and if they are doing skin needling, they should have before and after photos. So ask, can you see them? Any other questions, you'll find me on Snapchat, or you can go ahead and post here and I'll get back to you as the day goes on. Have a super day, guys. Just really knocked. I'll open my phone. Bye.